This week, an agreement is expected on NAFTA. Months of negotiations between the U.S., Mexico, and Canada finally expected to wrap up. The U.S. and Mexico are working on an agreement without Canadian input, which many consider a risky strategy. KRBC's Washington correspondent Anna Wernicke reports on the latest between the countries.
You can't make the right deal, don't make it.
After three-way talks with Canada and Mexico fell apart in June, President Donald Trump says the best way to approach NAFTA is to divide and conquer.
I'm hopeful with Mexico, and then I'm hopeful once we get one with Mexico that Canada will come along.
U.S. Trade Representative Robert Lighthizer says he hopes for a breakthrough in the negotiations this week, despite President Trump's threat to walk away from the negotiations.
So we're either going to do a good NAFTA, a fair NAFTA for us, or we're not doing NAFTA at all.
But Duncan Wood with the Wilson Center says working out a deal with Mexico first and then Canada separately is a risky strategy.
It would be a huge mistake on the part of either Mexico or Canada to reach a bilateral deal and say, okay, we're fine with this, we don't need a trilateral NAFTA.
The timing is a big issue. At the end of the month, the new Mexican president takes office, and the U.S. wants a deal in place first and before the U.S. midterm election.
The Trump administration has really got its back against the wall. It wants to have this wrapped up. It wants to be able to say ahead of the midterm elections that the administration has delivered a renegotiated NAFTA, whatever that looks like.
But Bryan Riley with the National Taxpayers Union says the longer negotiations take, the more the U.S. loses.
The U.S. has been losing out because of the uncertainty, not knowing where negotiations are going to go.
But Wood says Canada would lose out more if it doesn't agree to the terms Mexico and the U.S. reach this week. In Washington, I'm